Hello and welcome to Everyday Linux User. In today's video I'm going to be showing you 5 word processors that you can install within Linux. And what I'm looking for is the most optimum word processor that is also the best performing word processor. So trying to weigh those things together is quite a difficult thing to do. Now, it's no good having a word processor that is really light on resource if it doesn't give you the features you need. Equally, there's no point having a word processor that is fully featured that isn't going to work on your machine. So I'm looking for the optimum. And in today's video, I've got 5 word processors I'm going to show you. Some are completely inadequate. Some are only adequate if you're really desperate. And some are fully featured, and they're the ones that we're going to spend the most time on. So let's start off with the first one, which is a completely dishonourable mention. And that is Calligra. Now, Calligra is a lightweight set of tools, includes a word processor, spreadsheet, etc. But it is completely useless for most people's needs, I would have thought. It's completely useless for most people's needs. So you can see here I've opened up Calligra. And as soon as you try and do even the basic thing, what I'm trying to do is create a newsletter, and I'm going to create a similar newsletter across multiple tools, but you can see here that in Calligra it is impossible. Now, memory wise, Calligra doesn't use very much memory at all. I think it's about 63 megabytes, but you're not going to get what you want with Calligra. The next tool I'm going to show you is Abiword. Now, Abiword is actually very lightweight. It is around the 63-64 megabyte mark when it's running. It is usable, but I would only use this on a machine that you haven't got much memory at all, because it is basic. It's very basic. Now you can create, and you can see I'm creating a newsletter here using Abiword, but it is very clunky. For instance, if I want to choose a font, you can see that you have to scroll all the way up. Like if it starts off on Times New Roman, if I wanted Arial, you have to scroll all the way up to the top, or you can click on properties and it will allow you to do it. You can also see when I'm creating this newsletter that adding an image, it makes it giant, and then you have to try and find properties and you have to try and drag it down and stuff, and it's not very usable at all. Creating tables, you can create tables. You can see I've created a table here, and that works quite well. And you can set the borders on and off. You can word wrap around the images. You can change the font colors, font sizes. You can where it does fall down is where I try to add columns in at the end. So if I want to select just the text at the bottom and turn it into 3 columns, it takes the whole document and turns the whole document into 3 columns, and it makes it a mess. When it comes to saving it, you can save it in the Abiword format. It seems to have lots of different formats you can save it in. I don't know how accurate that is, and you can save it in as a PDF format. Now I'm going to save all the results till the end on the PDF formats, so you can see how well each tool does it. But Abiword, I would say, is for people that have very limited memory on their computers and they're really desperate for a word processor, and things like LibreOffice aren't going to work. And you could use Google Docs, but again, I think your web browser, if you're that limited on memory, your web browser is probably going to max out on memory as well. So the next one along, and we're getting into word processors that are now quite decent. So the next one along I'm going to show is WPS, formerly known as Kingsoft Office. It's now called WPS. And as you can see here, this one's much better. It takes a little bit of time to load up the word processor. You can't go straight into it either. It takes you to the WPS screen, and then you have to click new document, etc. But for people that are used to Microsoft Office, the look and feel is quite similar. You can add in text and headings and stuff, and you can add in the images, and you can add word wrap around it, and it all works quite well. You can see I can add table in here and format the table, and I can select to add columns in, and it all works quite well, except there you can see some of the things are clunky when it comes to changing font sizes and paragraphs and stuff like that. It's not absolutely perfect. But the main issue I've found with WPS is when I try and export to PDF, it comes up with an error. So saving a WPS writer document into PDF format within Debian, at least, is a no-no. It's not going to work. So, number 2 on the list. Now, this is going to surprise a lot of people, but I'm going to put LibreOffice in the next one along. Now, LibreOffice is the standard office that comes with most Linux distributions, and it's the one that most people recommend. But I'm putting in number 2. You can see that I'm able to create a newsletter quite well within LibreOffice. It is fully featured. I can change styles. There's actually a templating system, so you can create your own templates. You can insert images, you can insert little lines, you can create tables, you can create columns and stuff like that. And it's all very decent, and it loads quite well. When you first load up, it comes up with a splash screen. It goes straight into the writer, so you don't have to go into the main LibreOffice and then choose a new writer document. It goes straight in, and the performance is generally very good. You can save it in various different formats. So the default one is the ODT, which is default open document template format that LibreOffice uses, and you can export to PDF, and it works very, very well. The one that I'm putting at number 1, however, is actually onlyoffice, and the reason I'm putting it at number 1 is let's start off with performance. So loading the document in the first place takes a bit longer than it does for LibreOffice, so that puts it at a slight disadvantage to LibreOffice. However, for people that are coming from a Windows background and are used to using Microsoft Office, OnlyOffice will look and feel more like Microsoft Office than LibreOffice does. So if you can get used to LibreOffice, then you'll find it's fully featured and there's lots of good features, and there's a lot of templating, there's a lot of different settings you can set within LibreOffice. So it's a great office suite, but OnlyOffice looks and feels like Microsoft Office. And you can see here when I'm creating the newsletter, I find it a lot easier to create this newsletter using OnlyOffice than I did with LibreOffice. Adding the images is a doddle, adding headings is a doddle. It comes with a Calligra font, so it's got extra fonts that you don't get with LibreOffice. And indeed, if you want the fonts with LibreOffice, you have to actually install it as part of your operating system first, whereas OnlyOffice comes with these fonts by default, so you don't actually have to install them separately. You can see that I can add columns in quite easily. I can add in tables. Wrapping the images is quite good, and you can save as various different document formats, and the default is actually the Microsoft Office document format, and you can export to PDF. So let's look at the results of the PDFs. You can see here that I didn't even try with Calligra because I couldn't even get a basic document to render. So WPS, as I mentioned before, I couldn't get it to export to PDF, so that was a problem there. Next up, if we look at the LibreOffice one, you can see there one of the lines hasn't formatted properly at the top of the newsletter, so it's not a perfect rendition of what I've created as the ODT format. And then we get to the OnlyOffice version, and you can see that the rendering is very good indeed. So there's lots of features of all these tools, and it's too much to go into in one video comparing word processors. But on a performance level, the best performing word processor is Abiword, but it doesn't have many features and it's quite clunky. The most fully featured word processor I would say is LibreOffice, but the most true look and feel like Microsoft Word would be OnlyOffice, and it's the one that most users are probably going to find easiest to fit into. So that's word processors. In a later video I'm going to do the same thing for the spreadsheet tools, but for now that is the end of the video. If you like it, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'll see you next time on Everyday Linux User.